Hello students, we will be discussing in valuation concepts and methods for today, the related disciplines with regards to accounting and economics, management, and marketing, okay, based on the accounting equation. So if in accounting, we have no, the basic accounting equation of let me erase this one. The basic accounting equation of liability, equity providing funds with the organization. But okay, ano na uli yung accounting equation natin? Asset is equal to liability plus equity. Okay? And in accounting, asset are resources and your liability or obligation and your equity are actually funds provided by the owner. If these are all about the funds, no, provided by the equity and the liability, which would actually be claims with regards to your asset. Now, why did we start with basic accounting equation? Because this will form part of the supply of the firm and your because you have claims, so that will be demand from the creditor and the owner, no? Now, if that's the basic foundation in accounting, how about econ? In econ, what do we talk about? Of course, what we talk about in econ is also about demand and supply. Okay, it's all about demand and supply. If it's all about demand and supply, then let's start with that particular concept, demand, supply, when you talk about finance. So let's have finance here, no? And we also have your basic accounting equation. What is the relationship of finance in accounting? Because finance is all about funds. You'd make decision related to financing, and remember, finance is all about the future. You see, it's all about F. Then, if we will take a look at the first item, the funds. Where does the funds came from? Ano sabi natin kanina? Saan nanggagaling yung funds? The funds came from the creditor and the owner. If the funds came from the creditor and the owner, then that would actually be supplying. Oh, nagsusupply. So yung liability at equity, supply ng funds. Now, what would define what you will borrow and what you would seek in terms of request of funds from the owner, yung mga ibibenta yung financial asset? It would be the demand of the kind of resources that you would like to have. So sa asset yun, resources. Future yan, future. Anong gusto mong magkaroon? Saan pwedeng manggaling yung mga gusto mong maging ari-arian? Uutang ka o hihingi ka ng pondo galing sa mga owner. Okay? So, kung titingnan nyo, the perspective is very different. Diba? Very different. Why very different yung perspective? Kasi sa accounting, ang asset supply, no? Sa finance, ang asset demand. Ang equity, demand sa accounting, sa finance, supply. So, kailangan tandaan nyo yan na very different ang perspective nila. Kasi when you are making financing decision, it would affect whose perspective. Whose perspective. Remember in your 5W, crucial ang who. No? Dahil siya ang gumagawa ng decision. Although for the whole semester, it's all about what? Diba? Most of what we're going to discuss is what. Now, let's talk about marketing. Marketing. No? Take a look. Is marketing related to supply and demand? Of course it is. Why? Why marketing would be related to supply and demand? Ano na uli yung marketing? Looking at the needs of the client. If we are looking at the needs of the client, ano ulit tinitingnan natin? Needs of the client. If it's about needs of the client, okay, hindi mukhang client yung ano ko. Teka, burahin natin yung salitang client. Yan. And then, isulat uli natin. So, ano uli yung sa marketing? Needs of the client. Now, needs of the client would actually be looking at the demand, right? Now, why needs is directly related to demand? Di ba? Kung ano yung kailangan mo, yun ang i-demand mo sa karelasyon mo. And in this case, sino magkarelasyon? The firm would actually be supplying the demand of the client. So, ano ulit? The firm would supply. Whose point of view are we in now? The firm, sa finance. Diba? Firm, F. Finance, F. They would be supplying the needs of the client because it's what being demanded. Sa point of view ng firm, what is supply? Sa point of view ng firm, supply will be in the form of products. Because you will be the one providing for the products depending on what's the need and what's being demanded by the client. So, related talaga sila, di ba? Kasi yung need, ang ibig lang sabihin yan, demand. At dahil alam mo kung ano yung dinidemand ng client, gagawin mo yung produkto na aayon sa kagustuhan nila. And it meant that you would be supplying in the market. Ano na uli yung sa marketing? It's all about P and C. Ang ganda kong sumulat, di ba? Ulitin natin. Ano na uli yung marketing? Ang marketing is all about 4 P's. Ano na uli yung marketing? Marketing is all about 4 P's. And how many P's did we already discuss previously? Ngayon na lang, when you talk about demand and supply, we already have the first P, the product. And product is all about focusing on the client needs. Ano yung sumunod na tatlo? Siyempre, sa product, you need to know the cost as well. Diba? And what else? You have promotion. Sinabing promotion, ang C doon, communication. And then place, ang C doon ay convenience. And ano pa yung isa? Price. Cost ang crucial. Sa product, anong crucial? Client. No? Kasi providing the needs which define the demand of the stakeholders and on the part of the firm, it would entail supplying the products being demanded by the client. Now, how about Ano na kulang natin? Management. And I think when you talk about management, the first thing that you would think of is functions. And when you talk about function, PC din yan. Uy, kita nyo yung mga code natin. Ang finance is all about F. Funds, which the first onset, ang fund, money, and finance is all about money. And you have to make financing decision, and this would have an effect to your future. And in management, it's function. And function would be PC. O tingnan nyo, marketing, ano din siya? PC. Diba? Ano yung P sa management? Siyempre, that would be planning. Planning yan. Ano yung C? C would be controlling. So, ganun pala yun, no? P and C. And when you talk about planning, you are talking about goal setting. And when you talk about controlling, you are actually looking at monitoring. So, who would make sure that the goals that have been set are actually achieved? It would be the manager, no? We talked about last time, part of management yung decision ay goal setting. So, the different tools that we're going to use for this semester will be looking at planning and controlling firms, or rather, controlling functions with regards to the firm's decision. So let's summarize. In finance, the relationship with the four disciplines, with the primary discipline, it would be accounting and econ. And we started with the basic accounting equation of asset is equal to liability and equity. And asset, sa point of view ng accounting, is supply, liability and equity would be demand. However, finance, it's the other way around. Asset would be a demand and equity would be a supply. And which discipline focuses on demand and supply? It's actually economics, no? And in what manner demand and supply would be related to marketing? Because demand are the needs of the client in order for us to provide or supply the products to be produced by the firm or to be provided by the firm. And your secondary discipline are marketing and management. And your code there would be PC. PC. Marketing has 4 PCs: product, price, place, promotion. And the product would be focused on client needs. And your price will be cost. Your promotion will be communication. And your place will be convenience. And when you talk about management PCs, planning and controlling in finance, you would be talking about planning tools and controlling tools. So, takeaway natin? Ano ang takeaway natin? Really, finance is all about F, funds, financing, future, and you just have to look at the basic accounting equation, the supply and demand, and the PCs. Okay? So, thank you very much. I hope you have, you will remember all our takeaways for today. Thank you.